أصدقائي الأعزاء, dear friends, do we realize that society means friendly association with others, that the root socios means companion, to feed together, and that the root of friend means loving, to love? Do we realize that person means to sound through? Do we realize that under and understand means between, to stand in the between? Do we realize that humanity, humility are words that root in the fecund humus, we are, to blossom together our world, in and with our world? Do we realize that meaning also meant remembering? Do we realize that when we realize, we realize? Poet in Arabic is shair. It means, and I quote the interpretation of the scholar Pablo Beneto, the one who realizes the intuition, who has a subtle perception of that which remains hidden, the one who perceives, who has the experience of the divine poetry that constitutes the being, who hears, has the awareness of the poetic rhythm, of the inherent harmony of the universe, and hence participates in the recitation of the universal qasida, the universal ode. What do our words know about us that we still ignore about them? Waves to us the poet René Char. With Temkin, we sounded a word and found the threaded letters that resemble the witnessed and the lived experience with our partners in flourishing. We are living the answer to questions that mirror each other and reflect in one another. How can our schools, organizations, societal systems, governance models, algorithms, societies become a reflection and an expression of our shared humanity? How can we talk about a silent transformation without being in the way of the silence? Tamkeen is a mirror polished by Husn. Husn invokes the beauty of the eye that beautifies. In the mirror of Tamkeen, we realize the beauty there is in our communities, in our schools, in our systems, in our societies. The beauty we behold in us and in the world that beholds us in its magnificence. When we co-reflect in the mirror of Tamkeen, Tamkeen reflects itself. Tamkeen's root, the three-letter root verb, Makan, introduces itself as being the root of Tamkeen, the root and the derived self-reference in an elegant pirouette or wise whirling. In that gesture suffuses into meaning the words imkan, potential, mumkin, possible, imkania, possibility, makan, place, makeen, safe. A resonant lexical family that hums a tender melody of humanity expressing itself in humanity. In the experience of the co-created Makan Makeen, the safe, love-nurtured and love-nurturing place, we express a potential to trust our humanity, reveal new future possibles, and widen the field of possibilities, manifesting tahawul istimkani, metamorphic transformation, a transformation beyond the shape that emanates from our immanent potential, humanity transcending into its humanity. The silent melody of this metamorphic transformation is heard when an inspector of the education system says, I realize that my light is so bright that I can only see it in a mirror. It is incumbent upon me to make sure I see the light of every student in every class so that they never forget the light they are. Or the Minister of Education asking, how do we institutionalize and evaluate an organic emerging process? How do we institutionalize Tamkeen without denaturing it? And witnessing the education ecosystem, living the answers, co-creating the conditions to live the answers. Or the evanescent, eternal moment, a 9-year-old boy who was struggling at school to the point of giving up, realized when his school and his community embraced each other as one, my school is life. The silent melody of the societal metamorphosis is felt when a young man who was asked, so you're telling us that before Tamkeen there was violence in your neighborhood and today there is love? He answers, no. Before there was love and today there is love. But before we did not express love with love. Let's pause here. and listen from the deep ear of the soul, a sense of self resting in love, poetic futures singing in the present, the realization of the beauty there is. In Temkin, we realize that we are the gardeners and the garden, and together we are learning to speak the poesis of the and, the fecund between, where melos and logos are inseparable, silent melody, hearing itself in the pulsating Makan Makeen. In gratitude, I will turn to my beautiful friend and colleague Fatima, who will share our lived experience with our partners in co-flourishing in the Makan Makeen in a few verses that resemble the essence, the substance, the sustenance, and the dance of Tmkin.